Hello and welcome all into yet again another analysis of DuckTales, and it's about an episode that I briefly touched on in an embarrassing video where I mistakenly confused Kit Cloudkicker with Baloo for no particular reason whatsoever. But that's all in the past. Besides that, this episode was pretty straightforward and had some character developments worth discussing. And though Baloo didn't seem to make an actual live appearance within the show, Kit was still somewhat of an interesting protagonist. So without further ado, you know what's next on the list. Roll that introduction. Right from the very beginning, we're shown with Kit, not Baloo, somewhat piloting while being chased by none other than Dan Karnage.
You know my name is not Dan. It is I, Don Karnage, who is keeping you busy.
Someone who has nothing else to do with his life even after the absence of Baloo. And apparently this took place from years ago when Fowl had hired Kit to deliver an ancient artifact called the Stone of What Was. A stone that has the ability to fuse whatever two living creatures together in order to make a newly combined being. And apparently this is all a major reference to a particular old Disney show. The name of that show was the Wuzzles, and there are 3 distinct creatures, according to Wikia, that were referenced throughout the episode. The face of the artifact itself is a portrayal of the character named Bumble Lion. The giant morphed creature seen when first entering the island is Rhino Key, and of course the most noticeable was Butterbear. And to break it all down, Bumble Lion is a lion mixed in with a bumblebee, Rhino Key is a rhino and a monkey, and Butterbear is a butterfly grizzly bear. Della, Huey, and Dewey make their way to Cape Suzette in order to track down Kit and ask him about the lost cargo he never thought to recover. Oh, and did I mention how incredibly irresponsible Kit Cloudkicker is when he's older?
I can't believe you're making me be the responsible one here. Makes me so mad.
I mean, I understand the part where he's not at all that great at piloting, but this guy has so many eviction notices that he's in bigger debt than Peter Parker. Now, like I mentioned earlier, Baloo isn't given an actual cameo, however, he is shown on an advertisement for Kit taking over the company Hire for Hire. So this gives Della and the two a chance to meet up with Kit and ask him about the shipment he made for Bradford years ago, to which he doesn't have the documents from that day, and so he has to travel with them to an island where it more than likely ended up in. And as for how both Kit and Della knew each other from years ago, they used to attend the same flight school as one another, which was interesting to say the least to hear, considering how not so great of an ace pilot he became years later. Unlike Dewey, who surprisingly from the beginning shows a pretty great skill flying the Cloud Chaser as long as he stays focused at a moderate speed. Literally a child can fly better. But this was a noteworthy comparison to when Della first began flying at such a young age. I will admit though, I never would have suspected Dewey. Then again, this is the same guy who wanted to keep the name Turbo. But alright, I'm beginning to get off topic. Before Dewey shows his true interest in flying, he tries out cloud gliding like Kit since flying safely wasn't his style, until he realized how wrong he was. And because of Dewey's excruciatingly loud screams of agony, they're soon tracked down by, you guessed it, Don Karnage, who still to this day has a thorn to pick with Dewey because he stole his leadership back in season 1. Get over it. Don Karnage's gang managed to find the ancient stone first, but with dire consequences that may, or hopefully, may not be permanent, cause dang just witnessed these abominations. And you know what? I've got a question for you. Where is this man screaming from? Wait a minute, the human body has 2 holes. So whatever was left of Don Karnage's men, alongside with Kit and the gang, face off against each other in a flight to the death scenario. With the help of Dewey's balance flying, Kit's gliding talents, and Bumblebear, and in the end, Kit gets rid of Don Karnage with a literal TaleSpin. I see what you did there. The Duck family get a hold of the ancient possession, and Kit thankfully gets his debts paid.
What? I'm running a business!
Including the purchasing of the plane by Molly, as it's revealed that she was planning on using it as a vehicle for her sky circus. That seemingly must have been something that Kit was invited into doing, but he must have turned down after believing that cloud kicking was something that he no longer wanted to take part of. He of course does come around to the idea of joining Molly as a performer, gliding into the air once again after his thrilling redemption during his face-off against Don and his pirates. Don himself, on the other hand, finds a piece of the stone floating against the sea, which honestly made sense as it fell meters from the sky and was discovered years later. As for what he could use it for, I guess he could raise an army of merged animals, but that doesn't sound like something he would do. I wonder if perhaps he got all of his once affected crew members to touch the stone again so that they unfuse. I just don't see it being permanent. As for Foul, Bradford probably just wanted it so that beings like the rhino monkey we saw earlier doesn't become a thing, and so that he could possibly experiment with its merging capabilities. I still found it odd how he didn't think to get one of his very own agents to find the stone if it was so imperative. Anyways, that is the video for today, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and just a reminder, we have exactly one more episode until the big finale. This has been TNBT, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace!